Welcome back. We are here today with William Nozak, author of Digital Marketing Strategy and founder and CEO of Nozak Consulting. And today we are going to talk to the entrepreneurs out there, the students, even the people who are out of school that know you want to start a business. How do you get started? How do you build a website? What are the steps that you take? We want to know.
Okay, so that's a lot. Every business owner, someone that owns a business, has started somewhere. Some people get to start at maybe more advantageous spots, or if you're trying to create maybe a SaaS or something, you have to worry about angel investors and large investments like that. But let's just say you're trying to start a small business in an area. Maybe you've got an idea of creating multiple locations or even turning it into a franchise. All of that can be started in a small business. When it comes to starting the business, it's the more research you have on the potential clients, on their pain points, where other businesses in the area, what they do well, what they're not that great at, that could help you building your business and where it's different and what your value proposition is and what your angle is, kind of like how you can exist, right? We don't just want to have a popcorn shop next to the other popcorn shop and sell popcorn and have no difference. What you know what I mean? So like you always kind of want to come about it like, what is it that I'm trying to fix that maybe is broken? From there, the trick is to try to do research, try to learn everything you can before you start, maybe even work for another company and get some experience, learn what they do well, what you would do differently. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And so that means different things for different people. You have different strengths. Some of you may have the ability to get a financial backer from family or friends. You can build a pitch deck, maybe get some investors. Maybe you found a great partner with a skill set that's complementary to yours. When it comes to the digital end of things, right, because of course you've got to have a product or a service, and there's a lot of things that go into that, making sure you've got a good product, it's tested, there's buyers, price points, are they price sensitive, all of those things I don't want to talk about. What you can do, though, is start building a very simple website. And you could do some research, some keyword research. However, the most important thing is if you understand the user and you understand your product and you understand the value proposition of what you're trying to do, then you can kind of look around at competitors' reviews, good and bad, and see what they do right and see what they do wrong, see what customers need. Try to investigate price sensitivity. And then what I like to do is build my digital footprint around the product. And that's what I like to call product-led SEO. Research is great. You'll find all the top keywords. Everyone out there is using them. You'll find the easy ones. We've done that. We've used strategies where a website doesn't have any authority. We start with the easy terms and we flip them into harder terms as the site ages and they get more authority from links, internal links, external links, reviews, etc. But what I like to say is start with what you're trying to build and learn something about the user, and then write your content accurately. And let the product lead your SEO game. And then don't white knuckle your knowledge. Like in the old world, everybody kept their knowledge to themselves. Unless it's something that's a secret trade secret or some secret sauce that makes your business work, which is very little of anything. Sure. You try to build it into content and share that. Not to show that you're super smart, but to make people feel more empowered and to feel smarter themselves. That actually pays dividends in Google because there's going to be so many DIYs no matter what you sell and what you do in America. There's just so many DIYs. They're going to research it. They're going to read about what you're saying. They're going to learn from you. And then they're either going to do it themselves or they're going to realize they can't. And then they use you because they trust you, because you're at the top of the funnel educating them. You got them as far as they can go. And now here you are servicing, that part of the project or service or whatever that they just can't do. Having that DIY piece of content is going to pay dividends in regard to authority from the algorithms. You're going to garner backlinks. People are going to write it up. It's just going to go a long ways. So I would say if you're trying to start a business, digital footprint is very easy to do yourself. You could use a Wix, you could use a Weebly, you could use an e-commerce if you're selling something. You could really make a WordPress website. You could pay someone to help you, very little money. One thing that no one ever talks about is if you really are going to try to start a business, you have to keep your personal burn rate as low as you freaking can. Like, you can't just start expanding your life when I got into business for the last time, I was right in the process of having kids. Like, the timing to build a business and get over that big gap where people fall through and they don't succeed, it's a huge gap. The more personal expenses you have, the harder it is, because you can't expect your business to be able to have the money to grow the business and the money to support you in the way you want to be supported. It's always good if you can, to have other incomes that support those things and let the money be for the business. Nobody really talks about that piece. When you've got some sort of money or time investment or sweat, you have to have a product or service, right? Non-online stuff. But when it comes to the digital, try to think about your product or service and let your website be built from that. You could do research for days. You could try to say, "Ooh, I found this blog that the other people are writing." Wait. Don't necessarily start there. Start with what you know about the user, what their needs are, what you know about how you think your value proposition or how you're positioned and positioning your product or service. And, whether that's a high price point, low price point, high service, low service, whatever that is, start from there. Build something to match up against that user. And that way we'll never be ashamed, because you have to be your own salesperson for a lot of these small businesses. You'll never be ashamed to send them to your digital footprint, because when they get there, they're going to see the same thing that they've seen from you. Everything that you personify for the brand, because a lot of times in a small, medium business, you are kind of that brand. It's your values, it's your mission. If you're a one-person owner, it's your value, it's your mission, it's your idea, it's your concept, it's what you see. If there's multiple people, of course, then it becomes a collage of sorts. So we would want that footprint, that website, to really match up against that. Keyword research, it's great. It's going to help you to make sure you're speaking in the right language. Just don't be confused how you, the person making it and selling it, speak about it as you interface with vendors and people, collaborators. It'll be much different than an end user speaks about it. And you want to be careful with those schisms, because, like, if we write in one way that only vendors use, well, then when vendors search, they find us. And if we're not careful, end users aren't finding us. So that's why I'm like, lead with the product, lead with the service.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.